Right, welcome back. Let's get this done. I think, possibly. And I forgot to mention, but this was apparent from the first time I opened the box lid up. Everything was a bit crushed in there and probably been crushed for many years. So we have some damage. Couldn't have been some of the fiddly little things, could it? It has to be these. I'll try and put these on as best I can until I find, because I'm bound to have some somewhere, until I find ones in better condition. But for the time being, we'll have some ropey markings, I'm afraid. Right, we're done. Markings are on, all the parts are on. I can't think of anything else really. It's a good model. The problem there, you know, that great thing, I've realised this because the nose is still twisted actually, or the forward part of the fuselage even, you know, at the beginning there was that great warp. It's actually very slightly bent. What else? The markings, they look thick. I think it's going to take a couple of coats of fix to get them to look happy, but I won't waste our time on that. And I've just realised I've forgotten to paint that in there, that blob of clear perspexy stuff. I don't know, actually I've got to tidy up the edges. Couple of things to do then, and yeah, I've just noticed something else. First of all, it's single green. You heard me whinging about that earlier. But secondly, look, I've forgotten to do the hair dryers. Well, I had done them just like an undercoat, but then since then I've spread everything green. So that means we will be back with at least one more shot. Yeah, fix aluminium paint. Oh, I got that aluminium, the wheel hub thing. Yeah, I've lost all my vocabulary now. I've thrown myself. Better get on with it, hadn't I? Let's just give it a little turn, just a little, to get the light slightly different. Thank you. Yeah, we've got things to do. I mean, this is chronic. This is the painting instructions. Everything about this instructions book just screams third-hand photocopy. This is the weakest bit of the whole proceeding, and just here you go. Somebody could have left one of these boxes white, couldn't they? And possibly had some diagonal stripes just for difference, but anyway, it suggests this is really, what's the word, corrupt. Yeah, but there we go. But it's not big enough, so even where the aircraft itself is quite pale, you're not getting much. And believe me, the camera's improving it an awful lot. But when you get onto the darker sections, yeah, this camera's improving it. Anyway, it is really rough. The big square boxes with big clear numbers in, that's handy. Everything else is junk. And believe me, I am zooming in a lot here, because in the ordinary world, that's what you get. So yeah, horrible. Truly awful. Which has made it a very slow and painful process right at the end. And I've got to keep it because I've got to get the details on those happy chappies, should I want to progress further, which I probably will, I think. So, I should have gone on the internet, it's a bit late now. So I was thinking of putting some fix over the markings when I had the brilliant idea of giving it a thin coat of gloss varnish. having forgotten previous catastrophes, and it started to go white. Look at that. This had a lovely sheen to it. The paint had gone on just wonderfully. Look at that streaky mess. And now it hasn't. Now I fear if I use water to try and get it off, then I'll just remove all the markings. So I'll try the underside and see what happens. Otherwise, I think I am going to lose some markings one way or the other. Well, in the end, I gave it a bit of a kind of wash and a rinse, and did a little bit of hand painting as well. And here's the result. Not as good as it was. Suddenly the sun's come out and I'm casting absurd shadows everywhere. Right, here it is. Bit of a mess. Bit blotchy. Not quite what it was. What a shame. Never mind. So I've done the silverware and patched up the green, and I think we're pretty much done. Oh, here's the cat. Mini Meltdown's looking forward to playing with this one, but he's gone off in a huff because I've told him he can't come out and play on his bike in his pyjamas. So that's ruined his day, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning on a bank holiday Monday. And the cat's not happy either. It's one of those things as well. Everybody and everything, including the cat, are all being pests. If everybody just shut up for a minute, I could have had this done, and then we could all be having fun together. I'm not prioritising this over my wonderful family and pets, but given that they were all asleep 10 minutes ago, and I've been up doing household chores for ages, I think I'm justified in having 5 minutes. But no. Anyway, here is this amazing jet aircraft, vertical takeoff and landing being just part of it. It is an extraordinary shape, really, all things considered, which is a major part of its attraction. I wouldn't call it beautiful though. Instead, I would call it dramatic. Very, very dramatic. It is a stark thing. You wouldn't want something looking like that on your tail. The model itself is quite nice. It was okay, all went well, apart from the obvious bits I've mentioned. And I think the bowing and the damage to the markings, I think we can put down to age and probably a bit of bad storage. I'm not going to actually blame the model and the design. So it all went well, really, under the circumstances. Its problems are external, let's put it that way. The worst thing are the instructions, or the painting instructions, they are just dire. Yeah, complete horror story. Other than that, good model, nice aircraft, or stunning aircraft. And there's two things. First of all, there are tons of dimples and holes on the underside for all the weaponry. So I suppose I'm going to have to do that in the long run, aren't I? The other thing is, again, I think it's a problem of age and storage. Although, who knows, I may be at fault, but it's missing one of its hair dryers, one of its downward thrusters, and I haven't found anything I can patch that up with, so to speak, botch it with. So that is a real shame. So I'll leave you with a rear view and say thank you for watching. See you again soon. We'll move on to other things. A couple of projects on the go, including the monogram Brumbar and hopefully be back soon with a variety of stuff. So once again, thanks for watching. I think I'll put this into the tender care of Mini Meltdown for the moment. There's not a lot he can damage on that. He'll get bored of it in 30 seconds anyway, and I'll rescue it. And see you again soon. And the cat wants a tickle.